And we are told in the question that the bottleneck resource is machine time or machine hours. Step number 2, we are told we should calculate throughput per unit. So make sure you are writing. I'll start over again. I just wanted a format which I did in previous classes. So I will wait this. I just wanted a good format. Okay. So I hope you have written step 1. So step 1, we are saying you should identify the limiting factor or the bottleneck. So you are going to say the bottleneck is machine time, or machine time is a bottleneck resource. Then step 2, you calculate throughput per unit of each product. Back to the question. We have product A, B, C, D. So you are going to align the products together. So you write A, B, C, D per unit, dollars per unit, and so on. Then, how do you calculate throughput? Remember the formula for throughput is selling price minus material cost. So let's go back. Okay. Selling price for product A is 1.4, for product is 1.4, and for B is 0.8. So 1.4, 0.8, for C is 1.2, and for D is 2.8. 1.2 and 2.8. So those are our selling prices. I hope we are following. Then material costs. Back to the question. 0.6 and 0.3 for A and B. Those are the material costs. Then for C and D, we'll see C and D is 0.6 and 1. 0.6 then 1. Okay. So your throughput will be sales minus material cost, which is 0.8 for product A, 0.5 for product B, and 0.6 for product C, finally 1.8 for product D. I have to remove this. Are you following?
Yes, we are following.
Okay. Then step 3, you calculate throughput per heap for bottleneck resource.
Yes, we are.
What? Okay. So step 3.
Yes, we are following.
Okay. Then step 3, you calculate the throughput per machine hour. So the throughput that you have calculated per unit, you start with throughput per unit, which was 0.8, 0.5, 0.6, and 1.8. Then you divide them by the limiting factor per hour. If it is labor hours, you divide by labor hours per unit. If it is machine hours, you divide by machine hours per unit. Let's go back to the question. Let's start with product B. For product A. So product A, machine hours per unit is 5. However, these are in minutes. You have to change them in hours. Take note, if you are given in seconds, you have to change them in hours by dividing by 3,600. 60 times 60, that should give you, is it 360? I think 3,600. But if you are given in minutes, you divide by 60. So here it will be 5 divided by 60 to find the hours per unit. Because we are changing them in hours. So that's 5. Yes? Oh, I thought it's a question. And then for B, we have 2 minutes. So 2 divided by 60. 0.333. Then for C is 3. So 3 divided by 60. 0.05. Finally D. D is 6 divided by 60. 0.1. This one at least we should just reduce it to 4 decimal places, or we can leave it like that. It's okay. Let me just leave it like that. Now throughput per hour, what you'll be doing, you divide the throughput per unit divided by machine time. So it will be 0.8 divided by 0.8333. So the answer is 9.6. And here it will be 0.5 divided by 0.33, which is 15. Then for C, it will be 0.6 divided by 0.05. Then for D, it will be 1.8 divided by 0.1. Now after doing that, you can now go to step number 4, which is ranking. So we rank the product based on throughput per machine hour. So you rank the product which is the highest. So which is the highest? You look at which has the highest throughput per hour. So it's D, 1. So this one you rank it as 1, the first product. Seconded by C, by B, which is 15, 2. The third is D, 3. And the fourth is A. Alright, so that's how you're going to rank your products. And then step number 5, you allocate resources using ranking. Okay. So on the products, you start with a product which is the highest. The highest product is D, so you start with D. Seconded by B, which is 2. Then third by C, which is 3. And finally A. So the order of profitability determined in step 4 should be also the way you are going to order your products. Now, then you write here units, hours per unit, then machine hours. Now, remember we are limited to how many hours? We are limited to 400 hours in our question. Let's go back. We are told that we cannot produce more than 400 machine hours. So that's what we are limited to. Yeah, so that's why available hours I've written 400. So what we'll be doing, we'll be changing units into hours. Let's start with the first product. Because D is the first product, all units should be allocated to the hours. Back to the question. If you look at product D, it has 1,500 units. So all these units should be allocated to hours. So you put 1.5 multiplied by hours per unit. Remember for D, hours per unit was 0.1. So 1.5 times 0.1, you get 150. Remember your target should be 400. Don't exceed 400. Then B is also a good product. We should make sure we allocate all units of B because it's the most performing product. So B, how many units? B has 2,000 units. So 2,000 units times hours per unit of B is 0.033. Yeah. So expand this one. I think here 0.033. Yeah, I think I made a mistake. So it should be exactly like this. 0.033. So if you take 2,000 times 0.033, you have how much? 66. So you have 66. Now, let's move on. What about C? C C is the third product. How many units does it have? So product C has 2,500 units. Let's try to allocate all units and see what happens. So 2,500 units times hours per unit of C is 0.05. So we have 125. Now what you have to do is you should sum them. You should sum up the first 3 hours, 150 plus 166 plus 125. The answer is 341. Alright? So it means, remember, we should not exceed 400. So what you do here, in the final product, because A has got limited resources, because it's the last product you have, it will be limited. So what you do, you take 400 minus the total of the 3 products, 341. That's what you do. So 400 minus 341, you have 59. So it means product A should only be allocated 59 hours. So let's now work backward and get how many units do we need in product A. I hope we are following. Now product A, hours per unit was 0.08333. So to change hours into units will divide. So 59 divided by 0.0833 will give us 708. So it means product A, let's go back to the question. Product A required how many units? It required 2,000 units. But because of limited resources, we are going to allocate only 708 units. So we're going to allocate only 708 units. Yeah, at this point, if you have a question, I hope if you are copying, you are fast enough, or you can see from the video. So that's A, we have answered A. We have to determine the production plan. So this is our production plan. We can say the company should produce 708 units of A, 2,000 units of B, 1,500 units of D, and 2,500 units of C to maximize throughput. Now the last question wants us to calculate the throughput accounting ratio. Okay, so to calculate throughput accounting ratio, first of all, let's find the total throughput. Let's get the total throughput. So how do we get the total throughput? You put down your products A, B, C, and D, and list the production requirements above, which was 708 for A, 2,000 for B, 25 for C, and 15 for D. Right? Then you put throughput. Remember throughput that we calculated above. Let's just go back and verify. For 0.8, 0.5, 0.6, 1.8. Not throughput per hour, but throughput per units. So you multiply by this to get total throughput. So total throughput will be throughput per unit times total units. So this is your total answer after multiplying the 2. Okay, so you multiply this by that. These are the answers. Total throughput is 58.24. Then we are given the question that total factory cost is 54.40. So how do we calculate throughput accounting ratio? We say throughput accounting ratio is throughput over return per factory hour over cost per factory hour. Return per factory hour, we say we take the total throughput, which is 58.24, divided by hours, which is 14.56. While factory cost is total factory cost over total hours, which is 13.6. If we divide the two, we are getting 1.070.